What's up, guys? It is that pin again. I'm here again with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the new game mode. Before we get started, I do want to quickly say I am a little bit buzzed. I did drink a bit, so if I stumble over my words, that's why. I also want to say I am using a new editor on my computer right now, so if you like it, if you dislike it, let me know. Tell me if my quality of my mic is a little bit better. Thank you. But we're going to quickly talk about this new event as I do have a little bit of experience after playing in it. So we can talk about it. I do kind of overview the map a little bit, as you'll see, but there's only like I kind of was more focused on playing than like looking around as much. So I can only show you guys as much as I kind of have in the video. But I was looking at the medium devices and I was looking at the small devices, and it seems the plunder ratio, for if you guys don't know, there's a point like if you build up 1,000 points in the like medium device, for example, 30% of those medium points can be robbed from you by the team that takes the medium or the small device. I also want to say I was showing a lot of visual confusion when I was reading through the rules concerning the middle devices as they were kind of going. It was very confusing how they explained it. Basically, the medium devices open shortly after the map kind of begins, which you do have a 3 down kind of cooldown period waiting for the actual match to start, just so you know. So I don't believe this is 35 minutes whole. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you go in with 32 minutes. But basically, this does open shortly after. And then once the medium device closes, right? Because only two of the medium devices out of the four actually open up. Once these two close, the other two instantly open up, which you can click on them yourselves to see the time kind of frame or whatever. I like really wasn't that in tune with it, but it's pretty straightforward to be honest. You can click on the two that are shielded and it'll tell you when they open, and you can click on the ones that are open and it'll tell you when they shield, which will send all your troops back. So be ready for that. Your troops probably will get killed on the field. You also do have the option to heal troops in here. I don't know how many healing packs that everybody gets. I know for me, right, I had at least gotten 8 of them, and I will show them kind of later in the video. The how much you can heal with them and whatnot. I do think it gave you the option to heal with resources normally. I might be wrong because I saw like it was a top option, but I didn't click on it. Overall, though, I will say this was honestly a pretty fun event. I will also say, right, the big device, didn't mention it. The plunder ratio on it is 50%. I will say this map is pretty heavily reliant, I would say, on actual rally captains and whatnot, because rallying is pretty important here. Field fighting is equally as important to its own degree, obviously. Unlike Pompey, by the way, you can set multiple marches inside these small devices and big devices. So if you're rushed to get reinforcements in something, or if you just have really small players, you can literally have them solo fill something if you really want to, if you find it to be such an important objective. Um, so yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a pretty great way to play around. I'll also say that having people showing up is very important here. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I do think we got very lucky with our lineup. Four of the people, I believe, were people that I invited or I knew, alliance members, and the other four were random people who joined the the crew randomly. I just accepted them into our little party, and they all happened to show up. I looked at the other teams. The next best team had, I think, 6 people show up. The other one, I think, had 5 or 6 show up as well. And then the last one had one player show up until like the last 2 minutes, I think it was. And then one more player showed up. And that's just like, you need your players to show up or you're absolutely cooked. And we got pretty fortunate because, like I said, our guys were all showed up. I would say they worked really well together, knew how to swap, the garrisons on and off. And I do actually want to say that's also something, right? I do think it really benefits you to play with people because these things, right? There's no like alliance leader or anything that can just swap the garrison inside these devices. So the current garrison captain inside the, devices are basically going to have to self regulate and swap the garrison captains around, right? If you got a random T1 player in there, they have to be smart enough to know, hey, I need to swap you as the garrison captain. If they don't do that, then you're not going to hold it, right? I unless I'm wrong and there's some other way to, take control of it. If people want to correct me, but I tried it myself and I couldn't swap, right? And I was the party leader of this like whole group, so I was like, okay, well that's cooked. So I don't know. It was a little bit, one of those things. I do wish there was some sort of like regulation, whereas if you made the party and you had all 8 start all 7 other people join with you, then maybe you would have some sort of control over that. But there's only so much you can do off that. I don't know. By the way, you see here, by the way, big device opened up. We just tried to swarm it out. Honestly, bad mistake on our part, as rallies do take 1 minute. The shortest time, it takes 1 minute to launch. And, obviously there's march time. So in our case, we were field fighting as well as the swarms. So we didn't capture it in time, and they managed to just snipe the capture from us. And that was a really bad play on our part. We should have just sent a rally, but I think we kind of were mostly dominating. So we, to some degree, probably were arrogant here and just, field fighting like crazy. But yeah, I do show it here, by the way. These are the little heal token things. It does say resource heal in the top left, as you saw there. I hadn't really checked it out, so I'm not sure how it works exactly, but I imagine that you can use probably not resources, but speed ups in there to heal additional units if you want to. I do like the little resource kind of like packy thingies that you can use because, not everybody's going to have 6 million troops to be able to just full fend off for the full duration, right? Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, this was a pretty fun event. I kind of like it. Hopefully, they don't replace it for anything. Like someone was saying that they might be replacing Pompeii as it was not in the event calendar, and I believe it's supposed to be in the event calendar right now. So hopefully, that's not replaced. Um, I mean, I do like this event overall, though. The rewards on it were pretty good, to be fair. I mean, obviously, we are in Apex Warzone, and we did get first place, so the rewards were objective to our placement. But overall, fun event. I don't really have too much more to say on this. I mean, I could chat on what I'm seeing. I will say we did kind of gap these guys in regards of like Garrison rally captains, so he probably did get fortunate to some degree. This one team off to the left though was pretty difficult. They actually had some pretty good range rallies and stuff. I felt bad for this team on our right side though, as they didn't really have any whale power, whereas we had Big Daddy and stuff. And I mean, like, there's only so much you can do against whales with in teams like these, right? So we did have a pretty good cruising here. I think we about doubled the second best team here in points. Probably could have done a little bit better if we didn't arrogant try to go for the mid, right? Because we do end up splitting the points when we take the final capture there. But either way, it was fun. Like I said, I'm gonna end off the video there though. You guys can look at the rewards and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys for watching as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That is about it, and peace out.